The Vogelong is that tradition that we do here at the Gondola Getaway, and typically we take our top gondoliers. It's a kind of a system that they go through. They've got to practice rowing up to 50 miles here, minimum. We do a lot more than that typically. They've got to have been rowing here for at least a year. They've got to know the Voga Veneta style, which is the single oar. They've got to be willing to pay for their flight. We'll pay for everything else, although if our fundraising goes good, but it usually does all right, we're able to cover that cost also. But we fly a team over there. We get a house. We're all based in one home. I move around through all of Venezia, and so I've never stayed in the same place twice. I like to experience every neighborhood and give that experience to these kids. We always try to find a place with a really good kitchen because we like to go down to the market and cook a lot of meals at the house itself, and so they get a real feel of the home life of Venezia. And then the whole entire time we travel around through not the typical spots that people go. We go to the boat yards, we go to the rowing clubs, we go to the outer lagoon, where really it's only Venetians are at. And so you get a real taste of the old world of Venezia on this trip because it's people practicing and doing what they've been doing down there for 1,000 years as opposed to the tourist side. I remember one trip we were there and all of a sudden it was a bunch of guys doing their luncheon together. And there the concept was they would all get up and sing a song. And so each guy would get up and sing some opera. And so this one guy stands up and he's talking to the guys and he tells them that he's going to sing Nessun Dorma. And Nessun Dorma has a couple of notes at the end that are really hard to get. Pavarotti does it the best. And you step it up with that third octave that they hit. Not very many people can do it. And here's this guy who was probably 85, maybe 90. And he was going to attempt this song, and all his buddies are jeering him. Oh, yeah, go ahead, give it a try. So he gets up there. Well, our photographer, the guy cinematographer, we were kind of in awe. Like, so we went, oh, my God, we get to watch this guy sing. This is classic. What a fly-on-the-wall moment. Well, you got a good cinematographer. No, he was right up there with the camera on the ground underneath this guy, taking pictures of him singing. And the guy actually loved it, which most people wouldn't mind, but we just wouldn't do it. And that was the art of the great cinematographer. You can get shots that nobody else would get. So this guy went up and started singing the song, and he went up and up and up, and he went for that note and couldn't do it at all. It completely just blew him up. And that's what brought everybody up, standing up, clapping, because the guy went for it. He knew that he probably couldn't do it, but he was going to go for it anyway, and we actually got that on film, which was just such a special moment. So that's the ode to the cinematographers that can get their camera in places that you would never get it and get shots that are so memorable. And that was one of the trips that we had. That we had a guy with us with a good camera.
Set the stage. Where was this?
That was in Venezia at Giorgione restaurant on the Via Garibaldi with Lucio Basuto. Just a classic moment.